right? So affiliate SEO.
It's dead.
It's all Paris.
No,
It's
no.
5p business anymore. It's
Yeah,
dead.
yeah, yeah.
So what's everyone's genuine thoughts? Obviously, everyone's talking about building brands. Some people are saying niche sites are dead. We've obviously spoke about niche sites not being dead and stuff. But what's yeah, how are you guys diversifying some of your incomes and stuff like that? Because obviously some of us are massively in affiliate, and I just want to go. We'll do a roundtable.
Yeah. Well, firstly,
Sick.
I'm sure that. I mean, you can speak to how much business I'm sure you're still doing from affiliates that are absolutely not getting hit. So when people say affiliates dead, it's not hit. Like, it's not dead, but the game has changed. Um, Beginning to drive a decent amount from Pinterest as another source. It's like some people are saying it's super high RPM. I haven't seen that yet because I think it depends on the type of topic that can be visual enough to send thousands of clicks. But honestly, just in terms of like multiples and selling, I think it's just good to have that traffic as a separator, even if it's like informational posts that aren't on the affiliate side of the site. Reddit, driving, you can instantly drive decently high buyer intent clicks. Through that, though, is the person that clicks on Reddit in the search results a great ideal customer? Probably less so than average than someone who would click directly on a link, but still good traffic. And Bing, man, like Bing for
Bing's
affiliate is really good.
Well, I guess the older generation, they're always on like the desktop and they tend to buy stuff online when they're searching it. So Bing's a nice secondary source.
Here's an interesting one. Would you create an affiliate site targeting older people,
Yes.
knowing
Yeah,
that it's going to get more Bing traffic?
Not even just Bing traffic, really high RPMs.
Right, okay.
And
you make the text huge as well, and it's actually a good thing.
I had, I'm not going to go into this, but I had, I don't actively work on it anymore. I had a site that was targeting very older people, and it was like 26, like or 24 font size, like huge paragraphs.
Was it like testosterone booster?
No, it was even older than that, like elderly,
Walking sticks.
like not far.
Funeral plan.
Andrewfuneral.com.
Yeah, all these SEOs with black hat niches. I bet you never heard of that one. Yeah, funeral planning SEO.
So what's everybody's affiliate SEO strategy that's like somewhat tweaked? Like, obviously you're saying the content sites are dead. I'm saying that a lot of the best hotels in Dubai, best hotels in Abu Dhabi, best hotels in X, Y, and Z, they're dead. What's something that you've tweaked in your strategy then that's more so future proof? Obviously you've spoke a little bit about diversifying your traffic sources. What else?
So the diversification side isn't just to make a lot of money. It's to get a better multiple and try and exit the ones that I want to exit, because I think that subjectively puts them in a stronger, more attractive position to a buyer. Yeah. And those are the ones that I'm trying to exit, whereas the other ones I'm keeping have different strategies. The traffic is nice, and I think that who would say no to Pinterest traffic, but like I'll take it at break even just to get a buyer for those ones and to make it like a better multiple, rather than it being like super profitable Pinterest whatever traffic. But for the other ones, we've built communities on a couple of them, and they're the ones that at least hit. Like big newsletters driving significant email traffic, then digital products like on a WooCommerce, or like I know some people do Shopify, but like we just always built it out on WooCommerce. Digital products, actual real products, those are the ones that are the least hit. And so like more and more in that direction of just selling real shit, or at least masquerading as selling real shit.
Well, the multiple, well, there's always a lot more commissions with digital products and like online courses as well. Like for pretty much any niche, especially like hobby niches, you can always find like courses on Teachable and other online platforms and just get the affiliate program set up, and you're looking at like 30-50% commissions. But
I think it's just like also the trend of being an affiliate guy. Like it's just kind of not as, entitled like it used to be. Like if you say I'm an affiliate guy, people are like, oh shit, like he's probably getting smashed, So I'd say like, yeah, just don't put all your eggs into one basket and just be an affiliate guy, but also have sites, because there's probably a potential that there's going to be a reversal and you're going to get those sites back on track, and yeah, it might happen.
There's a few things that I've seen with like doing the old,
I thought I was going to fall off the chair. And it's just so high up, and it's got like a little.
Go for a ride down
Just down the beach.
Down the 48th floor.
A few things that I've been able to implement with like the consultants and stuff that I do is one of the websites, they've essentially changed their page layout from being long form affiliate content like on the product reviews and the roundups and stuff to actually being more so e-commerce. So now he's actually ended up, bearing in mind this was like quite a big organization, so that's where they've essentially been able to do it. He's changed the style of the website from looking like an affiliate website to more so an e-commerce site.
Yeah.
And you can also buy certain products, not every single product, from his affiliate site. And all he's doing is he's just taking your payment and going to the provider and then sending it through to you. So that's one thing, and that website has seen a significant amount of recovery from doing that side of stuff. Not fully recovered just yet. I reckon 65-70% recovery rate. Another one is bottom of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and top of the funnel pages. So trying to essentially be diverse and not just going after bottom of the funnel keywords, so mixing it up, making certain that you are the actual topical authority point of view. And then the third one is it's more so like I don't think this website was hit by the helpful content update. I think it was more so the core, because they've done a disavow and they've seen a partial recovery as well from that. But again, like going back to what we were saying before, is like the topical authority is massive. Making certain that you're not just an affiliate site. So another guy that I've started working with recently as well, he's actually created his own digital product as well that he's also selling. So he's not just an affiliate link. He's not just a doorway website where it's just tons of best related articles. So he's actually started to take payment on his website, and some of the pages again, very, very, very early days, he's been able to see a recovery on. And again, it's not just like the digital product. He has been able to improve the content, adding in like tons of missing pages and stuff like that. But it's, yeah, a lot of the websites that I'm seeing that are recovering or on the road to recovery, they are making big changes.
There's the site that we never got hit on at all is one where we've created 50 odd low ticket digital products wherein you can write affiliate style roundups, put yourself number one, have the same, like we used like the lasso product boxes. You can do internal links with those buttons just as you would normally have an affiliate link go out that just goes to your shop page to buy.
Yeah.
And that's what the affiliate content that I think Google wants to show right now is like brands showing their own products. I also see a lot of G2 specific, like niche G2s doing well because it's like Reddit style, third party reviews. So I think there's like merging affiliate content where it's your personal opinions with the G2 style crowdsourced reviews will be the future of product reviews, I think. So you can like have both first hand plus other people's stuff.
There's one other trick as well. I don't know if I want to. I'll share it.
Hey.
So this is going to take a little bit of time to try and do or try to replicate, right? But one thing that we've started to do, and this was literally, I reckon it was HCU happened, and there was a tweet that I probably saw maybe like 2 weeks after HCU. Basically, it said, why don't more websites have forums, right? So you're building like a community, like what you said. Now, one thing that one of our websites we've started to do, and we're starting to see some really good results from a page-by-page level, is once we've enabled comments, we've got like a button that says like, have you got any questions, right? And it'll like, if they click it, it'll go down to the forum section of that page, and they're able to type out their name, their email, and they'll submit their forum. We've then got somebody full time that's obviously approving all the comments, but then we also go one step further, because once you fill in the forum with your name, your email and stuff, right, we'll have like a clickbait style question where the person in our office basically has to reply to James or your comment saying like, oh, have you ever thought of this? Guess what happens? When you get a reply, right, you get an email saying, so and so has replied to your comment. Why don't you click back? And that's just another form of referral traffic. And that's started to work really well, but it's a long burner. That it's not like an overnight success type thing, because obviously you need to make people aware that you now have forums or a comment section in your actual blog articles, and then you also need to approve the articles, and then also you need to think of a savvy way of getting them back onto to that page, because again it's referral traffic.
There's a few things I want to touch on with that. When I did client work, this is ages ago now, they actually implemented a forum on their website, but they didn't put any filters or anything on, so they got fucking thousands of spam and like porn things. It absolutely tanked the site. So you got to be careful with the commenting and stuff like that.
You need someone almost as if like an SEO editor to be pre-approving the actual comments. Otherwise, your website's just going to be used as like another form of GSA.
Yeah, that's what it does.
The future PLC sites were like, I didn't realize they built community sections, like the tech radars and like Tom's hardwares, and so that was interesting. They're like it's still all core and Reddit for what's getting placements, but if Google are serious about UGC and the others are less exploitable, then especially Reddit, core is more difficult because it's more complex algorithm, but Reddit's so easy right now. You have to imagine they're going to give those more niche specific forums more visibility for tech specific ones in their cases or whatever.
Not only that, just think of this, Jamie, right? I reckon that this has happened on two different occasions, right? I always get like inquiries to do with like certain related SEO questions or certain like business related questions, right? And you look at some of the questions that people send you on email and you're like, that would make a really good article. But you also get it in questions as well, where people will ask a question on either on your website with the comments enabled, or either on Reddit, and you're like, actually I should have a page on that, or maybe not a page, but I should have a dedicated FAQ answering that question.
I know a few people, they look at TikTok searches and do that and then turn that into blog articles, because usually you get, it's not, well, it could turn into evergreen content, but usually it's like cutting edge and people haven't created articles about it yet because it's kind of a new topic.
Yeah.
So you can do that as like a preemptive, find the questions and then go through that. But I wanted to touch on the digital products you mentioned. Like, I've been testing out a few AI writers now, like, but they're for Kindle publishing. So you can create a whole Kindle book, publish that on Amazon, and then you're actually using Amazon as the platform e-commerce to drive sales through that, and then you can refer it from your actual website too. But when you're selling books on Amazon, you can also collect emails, their email, like you can give them a free, I don't know, video or blog series, whatever. So you can collect their email from selling your book and then drive that traffic as well back to your website through Amazon. It works like as a together. It's nice,
So
and it's obviously
author
good
as
for the
well.
entity. Yeah. So that's what I've been testing out and trying now. It's the next thing. But you mentioned like the future review sites and how it's changing. So I recently bought reviewing.com, and that's going to be the whole like premise of it. So I'm already scraped loads of reviews now. So I'm scraping it from like Trustpilot, Amazon, the brand's website, and it's going to be an aggregator, and I'm going to use AI to like find the different sentiments and the different topics and the different bits will keep coming up to basically make the best review there is out there on products. And it's going to be, there's not going to be too many words. It's more going to be the data side of it and that. But I think that's kind of what Google's wanting at the moment and what users kind of want.
Yeah, definitely. I think like the biggest thing that I always do after a core or even after the HCU or whatever is checking the actual intent. Like, is it user generated content? Is it videos? Is it now ranking, or is it the brand that might be ranking, or is it a numbered list? Do you have like an answer summary? Is it a HTML table? I think so many people like they look at websites that have tanked, or they see a couple pages that have dropped, and it's like, stop doing all this crazy malarkey and just fix your content at the end of the day as well, because again that's such a massive like thing that's overlooked, as I feel, where it's like, just check the intent, see what's ranking, unless it's something glaringly obvious like every single page's been dropped, right? But if it's like one or two pages, you probably won't need to worry about the HCU. Just make certain that obviously first of all your links inside the stuff, that's good, and then second of all just make certain that the actual intent's been met.
Well, before like affiliate content sites, they rank all the time for like best, like the roundups, and you never see like e-commerce pages ranking for those. But there's a lot more e-commerce pages, like collection pages, ranking for like the best sort of terms now as well.
It's weird though. Like, you'll have like plural best air purifiers with an S on the end, and it will be a single e-commerce product ranking. It's just completely misses the intent.
the
Right?
So
SERP search
one
is the
thing
best.
that I will say about that is if it is cheers, if it is just like one page on the actual top 10 results, Google has openly admitted that they do have a wild card. So like, for example, I don't remember what gambling phrase this was. It was like a best something, and it was Trustpilot that was ranking position 3. Yeah, it was position 2 or 3. And you look at all the other affiliate sites and you're like, why is Trustpilot ranking there? And you're like, it's the wild card. So sometimes I can get it, but
I've seen even weirder ones where it completely misses the intent. Like I work in some like industrial niches, and the keyword will be like best industrial something, and or like best for small businesses, and it will be a single product e-commerce page that the manufacturer has just called the best whatever, like not even like the brand name, the product name.
So-
It's just an exact match H2
Here's
like
what-
one for the product.
I was watching a podcast with Gary Ellis, right? And I think this was recorded a few years ago, but he was basically talking about how he does like loads of travel into like Indonesia and all these countries and stuff. And he says he speaks a bit of Indonesian, he was saying. And he said that he was searching for something in Indonesia or Bali when he was there. And he said the results were that just terrible that it was because there was so many like people that weren't actually answering the actual subject. So it was like you could literally come in with like mediocre content, barely any links, and you could rank in some of those countries. So it's I reckon if it's like something really niche, like I don't know, industrial, I don't know, worktops for people that are aged 65 and above, or something really out there, like not many people are searching, you can get away with crazier things in the SERP. It's never just a one size fits all when I'm looking at SERPs.
But that single e-commerce page would then go above my specific intent targeted like affiliate page for that. So that was annoying.
So one thing I'd say about that is that specific product that you're talking about,
Which doesn't meet the intent because it was not the price range that.
It could be the backlink
But-
side of things as well. Like they could have like a lot of links.
yeah,
could
so
be
it
self-authority.
could be links, it could be topical authority, it could be domain authority. But one other thing that I wanted to say as well is it just excluding the price? Is it the actual best product for that, or is it not? Right. Okay.
For this particular niche and some of the other ones in the similar sort of like machinery niches, I'm seeing manufacturers of those products get enormous boosts in the last few months to the extent where they've now gone and spun up masses of AI content. There's like these Chinese manufacturers, and they rank for all the affiliate tabs, and it's just them top and then blatant like non-edited. Like whatever,
ChatGPT,
and it
yeah.
ranks for all these competitive keywords, even the affiliate ones, and they're only like DR40 or like it's not like they're a DR90, but they are a manufacturer of the product, which seems to be getting massively boosted at the moment.
So one thing that you've just said is it's the actual brand, right?
Yeah, one of the.
So, like,
yeah.
I think that again, I've not looked at any of the websites that have been outranked by them and stuff, but I bet the actual brands have a lot more like EAT and
Credibility.
trust
Yeah,
signals.
the actual products that they make are good quality.
And then
They have a positive site.
what one thing that I'd say to you, Jamie, and just hear me out on this, is what's the benefit of me going through your affiliate site as opposed to just going direct to the actual brand?
So, but for this one, they're trying to match the typical affiliate search intent, the top 10 best ads,
Okay.
and they just put them and then spun up AI. And you can tell because it's not even optimized for like the title for CTRs, like, you know, top 10 best in 2024 or what, you know, whatever. It's like exploring the machinery, like the typical like AI thing, like the top 10 best or whatever, like it's just straight like unedited. And so like, I don't think that should be ranking. It's like no images, no attempt to meet no segmentation, no this is the best for you if you are X type of person, no expertise whatsoever because it's AI. But the domain is the correct domain, and that's never been more important from the stuff that I'm seeing in the serves.
So it's more so you'd say it's more so like a trustworthy domain that they are doing
Well,
other
they do
other
really
things.
make those products.
Ah,
But
okay.
now,
It's
as a
always
result,
been
everyone's
place
cutting
based.
partnership deals because they know that domain can rank for
Taking all the
everything,
money.
and then you can do whatever you want with it.
That brings me on to like with those posts. Obviously, you try and give them the best option, and you want to try and make the most money. So there is like one of those like terms like what do you rank first, second, or whatever. But when you've actually got the manufacturer of the brand and then picking them as first every single time, and it's actually their products and they're trying to rank for all these things. You see it a lot with like software companies, like what's the best email software, and
Saw
it'll
the
be
email call
ConvertKit
tester
doing it, and
tweet.
then ConvertKit are always first.
Yeah.
You see it a lot. Like affiliate marketers get a bad rep, but like the brands of
That's
the SaaS and the
Well, that's
companies do it as
worse.
well. Yeah,
In
it's
my
worse, a
opinion,
lot
like,
worse.
and that's the stuff I'm talking about. The manufacturer putting themselves top. Like, how can you trust that as a unbiased, or why would Google like attribute that to be reliable? Because in my opinion, that's the most blatantly non
Yeah.
like objective thing ever, which it shouldn't be what they're trying to show.
So I think we can all come to the conclusion that Google is the worst.
Entity.
No, they're probably the worst search engine in the world at the minute. I think you said you're going to TikTok, so you're going to start doing some TikTok dances. You're going to go to Yahoo. You're probably going to
I've
go
already
to
taken
Bing.
over Yahoo. I'm just not.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I might start doing PPC or something.
Well,
but
it's the Arc browser. We were chatting about the Arc browser earlier, and they're bringing out their own like AI to straight to a search to whatever you're trying to find. So that could be a cut Google out the middleman, not showing ads.
I have seen that.
It's going to be interesting how that's going to play out.
the worst.
I think like Google's like in the top of the game with the infrastructure and the system and all the APIs and proxies they have. I think it's just like had bad leadership, like talking about some of the guys who control the search, accounts, and their decisions are kind of impacting.
I think if I'm being honest, I think Google had the best interest when they did boost Reddit, because like I'll openly admit, before like I don't trust the SERPs a single bit, not even news articles, nothing, because I know that news websites, all they care about is the amount of clicks and impressions. That's what the journalists care about, right? But then when I was searching for like best televisions before, right? Let's say I was in the market for buying a best television, I would go to Reddit, and I think that it did provide a really good post, because for example, you would say I recommend the LG 50 inch, you would say nah, the LG 50 inch is terrible because it's bad in low lighting or whatever else, and you'd say like I'd recommend the Samsung, and then Saket would come along and be like no, I'd recommend the Toshiba. You'd never get that on an affiliate site, right? So I think what Google done by boosting Reddit and Quora and stuff like that, it was the good thing. I just don't think that they thought that the SEOs would be like, all right, okay, you're giving Reddit and Quora a boost. All right, I'm just going to go and publish all my articles there.
It's just so easy
There's
to
so
manipulate.
Much, at least
Yeah.
before you had to do 2 years worth of content and links. Now you can just write a 10-minute comment and buy some upvotes.
Like $3 to get ranked number one, basically. It's ridiculous.
So yeah, that's
they could have made it better and more difficult for us. And I'm glad they just boosted Reddit, because Reddit is the most exploitable and easiest one to exploit. They could have, like I said before, if they boosted more niche publishers or gave more surface areas, like 100 different ones, then it's more difficult to figure out how to take the top comment or get approved posts on the forums for each one. It would have made it much more difficult, and people searching would have more trust in the forum blogs. My hope is people lose all trust in the UGC in the SERPs and don't click them, and then they have to get rid of it and bring publishers
one
back.
thing that I don't know if you've seen this, but they've got a forums
tab. Yeah, they got it.
No, so they've got the block in the SERPs and they've got the tab on the side.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes up with Reddit as well instead of forums. It actually says Reddit at the top. You can click it.
So the lights just
The lights died.
But, yeah, I think that's a wrap on this episode, right?
Yeah.